I can show you what they did.
For you, sir. Have a good day.
When you announced Jay Pepper's name, I took an exhale, and I realized right then and there that I wasn't ready to be a superstar. Although I had the physique, I didn't have the real champion mentality. So therefore, I just didn't focus on beating Jay Pepper. I didn't make him my nemesis. I had to stare in the mirror and realize that if you want to be like Dorian and Jay and Dexter, all these people, you have to focus so hard on your weaknesses, your insecurities that you have, and that fear that you have. And I realized that I had to conquer my own belief system. I felt that there's no such thing as confidence without pure self-belief. Because with that self-belief, I could envision myself as being worthy. And I had to take every breath every day of saying, I am worthy, I am here. Although I didn't make it in certain sports such as basketball, I still had a great experience that I was able to learn things, and now I get to apply that with a sport that I never thought I would be in. So then when I was getting ready for the 2011 Mr. Olympia, I said, you're just going to do that. And when I came to this country at 19 years old, and I slept on the sofa for a year and a half, and I chased this dream, which is really unfathomable at the time, I was not going to give up on it. I was, like I said, that relentless kid who burned the ships. I came over here with that one dream of becoming Mr. Olympia. Little did I know that my whole life would change dramatically. But all throughout that course, I've tried to stay humble in that pursuit. Yes, extremely confident and driven. But again, I'm still that kid from Wales. I remember the first time I came over here, and I remember the last time I walked on stage. They're very vivid memories, and again, that's pushed me through many that I had suppressed. But one of the things for me is chasing the legacy. And I wanted to go out on my terms, one night number 6, and thankfully I was able to do that. But traveling around the world, being a little
We'll talk, mate. We'll talk.
First, I want to say thank you for all the fans and audience to be here. And I want to say this year I wrote my best effort, and I think I'll be the last one who will leave this stage.
So, Honey, it's a little bit different in your country than it is here. While the people do celebrate the bodybuilding champions here, Honey is a national hero in Iran. We've seen the footage, we've seen the video, him going back as the champ, and as not the champion. They seem to celebrate just as much when he didn't win the title and came back, and there was a parade of thousands of people coming to greet the champion.
Well, Iran is a really happy country and young country, and we have a lot of bodybuilders and they compete in the national team. Iran has one of the busiest national shows, and the people there, they love bodybuilding, and I hope politics goes from this sport and we can see more people from Iran to be able to compete in this show.
Thank you, Adam. All right, Brandon, the resident old guard on stage, the OG, but still a former Olympia champion, and people got to take this seriously because you got that title. But you're in your, how many years is this now for you, Brandon? 13 years. But I don't know if people can really realize how hard it is to be on top. And you've been in the mix, much less an Olympia title. You've been in the mix every year, pretty much for those 13 years, for over a decade. That should be marveled at, because there's not a lot of people doing that. You and I think Bonet, probably the two guys, that still represent. But every year we have the same conversation, Brandon. Every year we get a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and it gets probably a little bit tougher. How much gas do you have in the tank still, Champ?
Good question. The way the body responded is pretty good. It's looking like it's a good gas in the tank. We just want to capitalize on training last year. Correctly. So we decided we want to clean some things up. That was Justin Harris. Stepping in the United States, and we brought a good package to the Arnold. I think, from talking to my coach, that we can bring even a better package to the Olympia. And if that's the case, I think it'll be pretty competitive. And I'll give the judges a hard time trying to figure out what they're going to do with me on stage. So that's my goal. That's why I'm here, as well as to enjoy this stage with my comrades here. Let's respect all you guys. And of course, the fans, we couldn't be here without you. And I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for the encouragement all these years. And I'm willing to just take pictures of whatever you guys can do. I appreciate you guys. Till up, boys.
Hey, we appreciate you and this thing because you got a whole lot of you guys left. I've been there for that amount of time. But do you take on these young guests? You still get one more title in there?
You know what? I believe that, yeah, that's the case. I still have all the tools that made me a champion. It's just the consistency that I need to continue to be a champion. And I think we've got some consistency in this preparation compared to my last with the stride improvement. So, you know, I'm going to be dangerous up there. Like I'll be the guy that hopefully you just say, oh, I'm going to be like, whoa, okay, it's not done.
Tim, there's going to be one top dog on this Olympia stage come Saturday night. We've seen your pictures, we've seen your video. You got a lot of athletes out there from just, 3-4 weeks ago.
Do your absolute best and then realize that you will be pressured, you will have high expectations, people will want all of your time through sponsorships, through fans that want pictures. I never truly thought I was a superstar. I just knew that I had a platform that required a level of excellence, but more using that term, that nickname that I have as the gift. That was a gift from God himself to allow me to work on my own parable of talents. You could be a 5-talent person, you could be a 2-talent person, you could be a 1-talent person. And I realized during that journey that I am worthy of something great if I stay obedient to the cause and the purpose that Chris has described, you have described, we've described, and never having doubt. Never having doubt. That's what a superstar is, because that is a light through any level of darkness, any line in the road. I have to focus so much on the light that is within me. And then through that repetition, through hardships, realizing that, yeah, you may win the Olympia, but you gotta still do all this other stuff. You have to do the media, you have to go on plane rides, you have to be in different countries where you don't know if you're gonna be accepted or not. But overall, I just realized that term superstar has all to do with the fact that I embrace all the love and the prayers that I've received from people that I don't even get to meet. So that is something that we all get to share with you guys, and we're all one people. Everybody in here has a goal. Everybody in here has a purpose. And I just so happen to be welcomed on a bodybuilding stage where I get to do my thing, but really it was God's thing for me. And I just can't thank God enough for what I was able to do. And He gets all the glory. I get to be up here and sit down and be around greatness as well. But you guys have greatness inside. You guys are championing through your own level of darkness. But there is a line in the road. There is a path that you can see. There is a river in the desert. If you believe it, you will see it and you will do it. That to me is being a superstar. And if you can do it over and over and over again, man, you can not only beat 7 times, but you can beat 8 times, 10 times in your own personal life. What I will say, and I would love to hear from you guys, I feel like this is just the beginning of what we were able to do in life. This is not what truly defines us as men. What really defines us is what we do with the platform that we were blessed to have. And I know with Chris having multiple businesses, being a father, being a husband, that is amazing. To me, that is even more than the followers that you could ever have, and I know you know that. Plus, I watched you from the very beginning. I pulled you aside when you didn't win the 212 championship. What did I tell you? I said, it is going to be your turn at some point, and you're going to have that kung fu freaking grip, and you're not going to let anyone take it away, and you did that. But that's something that we need to share with you guys. So I just want to say thank you all for being here, listening to us talk, pour our hearts out. There's so many stories that we don't have enough time to share. But I will say, when I get to go home, I get to really take this all in. There are tears that flow. There have been on many plane rides where I've sat there and been like, how freaking lucky am I? How freaking fortunate am I? It ain't just about us. It's about you. It's about the promoters. It's about, these lights. But it's really about what we're able to do with it. And I just want to implore you all to continue on your own path to greatness, wherever you are, if you're feeling down and out. We've been down, we've been injured, we've been going through different stuff, and we still go on that stage, and that's what you got to do. You have to give a damn about your success more than anybody else could ever imagine. If you do that, you're going to shock yourself, and you just might shock the world in the process.
All right, thank you, Phil. Well said. Phil mentions tears that are flowing, Flex, and you're always very emotional competing for good reason, but what was your defining moment? And as you're here at the Olympics, you see, I know you're talking with a lot of the athletes who are going to be competing this weekend in the back. It's got to draw up some great memories, of course, but also everybody has a defining moment in their experience, in their history. Was that your first Olympia victory? Was it number 7? Was it overcoming some obstacles? I know you had your share of obstacles, and then you were throwing up the guts and back at one of the Olympias, and you still came back to win the damn thing. But when you think about it, like, what really gets you, and what almost gets the tear flowing to your eye thinking about it?
I would say there's just one straight answer. There's a few. The first Olympia, no question, it was, I would say, it solidified everything that I sacrificed, all the time away from my family, being here on my own, just being focused forward and relentless in my craft to achieve that title, and then defending it was another one. But I would say if to sum up all three, the last one, where I went out on my own terms, on number 7, I told the world this was going to be my last ever 212 championship. Unbeknownst to me, it was going to be my end of all of them. But I told myself in that show, I'm going to be present. I'm going to be present backstage, on stage, and everything in between. And I have those fantastic memories from that national story again. I just want to touch on something that Phil said. You know, being a Mr. Olympia in any class is such a badge of honor.